Hi, this video is brought to you by cats. Not the musical or even the animal. Actually, the comedian Cats, and not really the comedian, but the animated cartoon sitcom that looks like it was in a similar style as Bob's Burgers, and I'm pretty sure it was made by some of the same people. H. John Benjamin was in it. You should check it out.
Hello, everyone. My name is AJ, and I'm ready to really tell you about Aydin Chronicles: The First Mage. I think is what the whole title of the thing is called. It's kind of listed as the Nintendo 64's only real RPG, and I gotta say, for what it's worth, it kind of is. I mean, it's a solid RPG. It's got hang on, before I really get into the battle system, I'm going to show you some other stuff. So obviously, this came out in 2001, near the end of the Nintendo 64 lifespan. You see, the graphics are not as good as The Legend of Zelda from 1998. That's 3 years prior, minimum 2.5, right? But it's okay. It's fine. It does the job. It's a little choppy. It's a little blocky. But it is what it is. The world is actually much bigger than I anticipated it being, because of how small I think Quest 64 felt. This this feels bigger and a lot more apropos, you might say. It does, however, have a much more robust inventory styling, where something almost like Diablo 2, where you had headgear, you have a necklace, it's got some interesting stuff here. If I can just take you through a tour of it, you wear body armor, but then you can also wear a cloak in addition to your body armor. You wear a belt. You have gauntlets, an item that you can carry. You have rings, of course, and then you have these scrolls, which I haven't really explored yet. It's really interesting. Pretty typical stats setup. But then in addition to the stat setup, you have these skills, and these skills let you do all kinds of things like learn higher level spells with higher wizarding levels, but the casting ability comes from your intelligence. Your willpower is what resists other people's magic. Lore Master is like information you can glean from books. Some stuff will be locked out if you don't have a character in your party with a high enough Lore Master status. You've got Alchemist, where you can make different kinds of potions. I haven't really had a whole lot of success with it. I made a fire flask once, and then I gave it to one of my guys in battle to throw it, and he threw it and he missed. So, it's really, I'm finding a lot of unique things about it, that are fun, that are different. It is challenging. I think I've gotten player wiped. One, there's permadeath. There's 4 members in your party, and I think there's maybe 4 or 5 other people that you can get and cycle through your party. But if one of your characters dies and you're out, they're just dead. And there's no quick warp back to get another character. You would have to trek your way back to another town on this map that seems small, because it kind of is. The 64, they couldn't have really gigantic maps. But they do a good job of making the map feel big. So, right where you can see the little blinking dot right there, that's Port Said, I think it's called. And I just went there trying to just kind of explore around and get some experience. I came from this telewalk. I took a break from the main quest, and of course it won't let me, because the door behind me is locked and they won't let me in. So let's check out some battle. This guy's asking for a bruising. So you have to press. There's also a stealth function. It's such an in-depth game. It's taken me a long time to play with and learn. And if you've never seen it and you like RPGs, this is the kind of game that you would like. It's got a lot of levels to it, and it makes it a lot of fun. It also makes it incredibly challenging. It's almost, you get attached to these characters, or at least some of them. And it's almost like doing a Nuzlocke, where, like, if you lose a character, you're genuinely so upset that it makes you want to start the whole game over. Okay, so I don't know why they got initiative like 100% on all of this, but They do, I guess. So you're going to. It's going to start with Bruna. She is a thief type. She has a lot of outside of battle benefits, such as she can pick locks and she can disarm traps. Because some doors, most doors and treasure chests that you find are locked, and she can pick them if she has a high enough level and she has enough intelligence. But even more dangerous than that is she can disarm traps, because some of the chests will be trapped, and if she doesn't disarm them properly, they can explode and damage all your guys. Here's the spell system, which is your character has to learn these spells, and there's no mana points. They use stamina, and your stamina is directly tied to your health. They're like, your stamina is tied to your endurance, which you would think would be synonyms, but they're not. It's they're one is how much, like, your endurance is how much damage you can take before your character dies, and then stamina is tied to your endurance. It's really weird, and I don't know. It's like I said, I've restarted this game several times, from losing a character, and then if you lose the main character, which if you look at the top right of the screen, that's Aileron, I think his name is. If you lose him, what the hell? Why can't I? All right, fine. I'll get you. So she gets a bonus for stabbing people in the back because of her thief ability. And of course it does this. It was just frustrating. She took all but like one hit point. No, I want you to hit this guy. I'm trying to finish him off, so he's one less guy. But obviously, see, you watch me play this thing, and you can tell this is a take your time. This is not a zip zap through the menu like Final Fantasy VII or something like that. All right, so right now I've got Aileron. He's armed with a blood axe. A lot of times I'll have him armed with a bow because he has the ability to use one most of the other guys don't. And the bow can shoot from like one end of this battlefield to the other. Like, it's actually really amazing. Then there's other throwing weapons. I just got what was called a Cyclops hurler, a Cyclops spiked hurler, which is neat. But throwing, of course, is a lot less accurate than just swinging a sword at somebody. So I want to hit this guy. I want to finish somebody off. So there's all kinds of, it's just, oh, come on. You have, there you go. There you go. Now he'll miss. Oh no, he didn't miss. Look at that. Look at that. That's a good one. Oh, he switched weapons. So he switched weapons. So that took a turn. Like, it's a good in-depth, meaty RPG. And of the, I think it's 271 titles that came out for Nintendo 64, there was only a few of them that you could even kind of call an RPG. Of course, you had Quest 64 that had a similar sort of confined ring style to it, but it was a lot more magic centric. And then you have there's Ogre Battle, which I think is going to be a tactics game. I never played Ogre Battle, but it's supposed to be super, super good, and I'm really excited about it. And I think after I finish this game, I might take a break and do more of an action game. But I might just jump right into Ogre Battle. If you've got any comments on your experiences with Ogre Battle, let me know in the comments. Drop me a comment, yo, like it's 2012, and you can smash that like button or do whatever you want to do. What is this? I got issues coming up on my. We don't need that. So there we go. All right. So you can see I have not gotten to go anywhere. You've not seen me traverse anywhere in this game, and we've been fighting for coming up on 10 minutes. Okay. And so it's a lot of, it's in the music. I don't know if I don't listen to the music, because a lot of these, the The only game that I can think of that had decent music was probably The Legend of Zelda. Maybe the fighting games. I don't know. I play a lot of one-player games, but the music is so it's very repetitive, and I usually have something on in the background. It's a lot more fun to listen to than whatever they want you to listen to. Don't let them tell you what to listen to. Oh, now they get to do a whole, they gotta cast. Oh no, just one guy. Just that was it. That's all you're doing. Okay. Um. Cool. What was it? Was he the bandit? Oh, I can't remember. I wasn't paying close enough attention. But I feel like since I'm showing you guys, we're gonna go over here. There's all kinds of different systems where, like, so Rada right there, she can cast spells at night, but she can't cast them very well because of her sorcery school that she belongs to. Like, it has a weakness at nighttime. So of course there's day and night in this game, which we might get to playing long enough for you to let's show you some actual offensive magic, because that's always more fun. I like lightning because I can hit 2 people at one time. Yeah, this is it. It's not bad, pretty cool. It takes forever to get to where you can do that. It's not like you just jump in shooting lightning bolts. No, you start off with like buffs and debuffs, and you can use strength, and I don't know. It's a game of patience. I kept not wanting to play it. Like, I started playing it and I was like, this is dumb. I don't even want to play this stupid game. And then I read a little bit of stuff on it online and some tips about it. And, well, maybe I could try to do something a little different. Maybe I can give it a better try. And then play it a little bit longer. You can get a little bit better at it, and you start learning the system. It's not like a Final Fantasy or the RPGs that I'm used to. Also, you see how I'm getting to go again and again. I think it takes into account the fact that we have him surrounded and we're all up close, and there's nothing, like, he has nowhere to go. So we all get to gang up on him and just beat the crap out of this one guy, which is good because I think he's a boss. So he's taking a bunch of punishment. He has a super high defense, I guess. Okay. Yes, stab him again, please. Oh no, we want to. Can I go around him? So you can see now my ring has become super small, right? So I can't get behind him to get the assassination bonus from the thief because we're so, I don't know, engaged in wild combat. Here we go. Do one of these. Yeah, just stab him from every direction. Okay, so let's try. Yeah, let's see if that does something. No, of course not. Why don't we just fail then? We can just fucking fail. Okay, do that. So it's, I don't know if there's anybody out there that can do Let's Plays of RPGs and make them, holy shit, and then make them even remotely interesting. There we go. There we go. Now he's dead. So if your main guy, Jesus, 12,000, that was insane. So yeah, if Alaron gets killed, that's the only real game over that you're gonna get. Did I get anything good? I got a great bow. What's so great about it? 30 and 5. What was the bow I was using before? And a throwing iron. Neat. 30 and 4. That's cool. That's not bad. Because I got some throwers. So, and we got some healing potions. Because we're going to need them. Oh, there was even more stuff. There was even more stuff. I always like fighting the humans because you get way better loot. I think what we're going to do here, we have to heal up first because Aileron's about to die. I don't like this menu system. They could have subdivided it into, where like potions were separate from armor, or you have to scroll down. If I want to hit these curing potions, I got to go through everybody's armor, and that's kind of annoying. I wanted to see, because I just got that great bow, and I had another bow. I've been using this long bow, and that's a 34. The great bow, where was it? Did I pass it? Is it all the way down here? Is it? Yeah, I think so. Hunter's bow, long bow. I did get one. Yeah, I got two of them. Great bow, a 30 and 5. So that's probably what I'll use next time I want to use a bow with aileron. How fun is that? There's probably some goodie stuff down there, but I'll go down there and do some farming and grind. Probably when I can get in here and go to the inn and rest up and get supplies. Right now, the only place you can buy, that's the other gripe that I have, is the curing potions are so bad. Wait, so that's the port. What does this sign say? What goes down there? So I think this is the Talawalk. So that's where I need to go, is back to the Wizard Town. Where does that one go, I wonder? I don't know. We're not going to do any. I'm going to take you guys on a tour back to the Talawalk. Oh, you can get some spices. You need these to cast spells? 15 spice. No. Oh, wow. I actually maxed out on something. That's wild. I wonder if I can make... Does it stay there? Nope, they're gone. Alright, that answers that too. Okay. I always wondered if you didn't take something, what it would do. So, let's see if we can... Rada is my alchemist. She has an alchemy ability. One of the other abilities that's cool is, I don't know why, because they didn't put durability in the armor, but you have a character that can make armor. You have a mechanic ability that can make it. It allows you to disarm traps and chests and doors. You can also make shields and armor out of certain types of animal hides that you collect from killing animals out there in the wild. Which would make sense if you were constantly having to replace your armor because there was a durability mechanic, but there's not. So I don't know why they felt the need to do that. So what I wanted to see was, see, it requires, okay, so Fire Flask requires 2 gemstones and 1 spice. Let's see, it would only be, because you burn up a turn every time that you want to change weapons, and you have to give this to somebody as a thrower. So maybe we don't want to use that. I think this one uses herbs. Requires 3 herbs. Yeah. That's good though. Which one can I use up some of these spices? Defense. Defense is cool. Probably not gonna, yeah, it all uses this dumb stuff. I think that some of the spells might use spice, so we won't worry about it. That's probably why I have 100 of them, because they're not super useful. So I'm going to try to just walk all the way back on this path. There's no way, because I mean, we're already into past a 15-minute video, and I've just gotten into my second battle. If this game, when I looked up what the playtime was, it said, I think, 30 hours. There's no way. I mean, it's not that big of a game, but the battles take so long. There's no way that you could play this game in 30 hours. And there's there's not a lot of game. There's a lot of, and I'm actually really impressed with the level layout. There's a section before in the woods. You can genuinely get lost, and they don't have very good maps. I do want to try out this new bow. They don't have very good maps, and so, it's hard to know for a fact wherever you are. See, that's that Cyclops hurl star, and it's just a ball with spikes that you lob at somebody, and it might do some damage. It's kind of neat. And this is the one that I wanted. Yes. Yes. Cool. But yeah, now you gotta watch them walk back and forth, and oh, but that's what I was saying about the mountains. You could actually get lost in the mountains just like you could the woods, and there were all kinds of separate paths and different switchbacks that you could do, and it made it really interesting. I was really impressed. Let's see if we can weaken these guys up. Yeah, it's really, because you'll be like, oh, I wonder how I can get over here, and there'll be like 3 different ways to do it, and there's 3 different ways you might encounter weaker or stronger enemies. It might be faster or slower. You might find a treasure along another path. It's I can tell that a lot of heart went into this game, and I've really, as I've leveled up a little bit and gotten to where I can actually play without just immediately dying. It's become a lot more fun to play, but that's taken a while. But this is, I mean, you've seen like tactics based or turn based RPGs, and this is, see, that huge bonus because I went around the back of them, and sometimes you don't really get to do that. Oh, and then they can run off, but when you flee, it's pretty much instant. When they flee, they have to actually get so far away from you, and there's been times that you can finish them off before they get away. Yeah, that arrow is pretty good. I'm pretty okay with that. All right, we did it. We saved the village. Sometimes if your stealth is high enough, you can sneak past these guys without having to even fight at all. And that was another thing that I discovered. Like, there's so many things that aren't explained that you end up just discovering later, which is the way you approach a fight. It makes it changes how the fight starts. So if you go into a fight and you just walk up to somebody and you start fighting, your guys will be all spread out like you've been ambushed, and all the enemies will be clustered together and they can use teamwork. But if you sneak like this, sometimes they won't even see you. And sometimes when you do get into a fight, you're in a much better position. Because if you're too spread out, if you're too far away from where the action is, you might have one character getting just absolutely wrecked, while all the other characters can't even get close enough to help them because it takes 6 turns for your fighter or whoever to catch up and meet you over there. I was really proud of getting past this guy because he guards the bridge into that town we were just at, and I think he's a playable character later on, but we won't get him until later. He's got apparently super low intelligence and super high strength and stamina or whatever. He's supposed to be like a walking tank. I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. I'm just trying to get back to this other town so that I guess I got to go along a little bit more with the storyline before I can just start to sort of free roam and do my own thing. But I'm not going to do a whole series on these for obvious reasons. It's kind of boring. And see, there's not like a whole lot of real pretty stuff to look at. Not like the new Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake that we're all excited about. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm going to get in a fight with this guy. And as we see, he walks faster than I sneak, but he's going to turn around. Oh, well, I guess I can show you one time. So I've got the arrow. So this is just me going into it blind. And you can see, oh, so you see all the enemies in that map in your lower right. You can see all the green dots are me and my party. And we are kind of scattered out, and all the red dots who are our enemies, and they got to go first because they have initiative. They're all clustered together. So, I don't know. Kind of cool. It's an interesting detail. It really makes you have to pay attention to what you're doing all the time, especially on a 64 where an enemy will... Suddenly the polygon count gets low enough where an enemy can actually spawn, and they just seem to pop up out of nowhere, and you find yourself in a fight. So it makes you really conscious of your surroundings and what's going on. I didn't show you the darkness. When the sun goes down, it's not like other games where it's like, oh, it's like a different palette that you can still see. Nope, it's dark. You're completely blind. Even in the battle, like right here, you can highlight people, and that's how you end up finding it, but you literally feel like you're just stumbling around in the dark. I would show you what it looks like, but if you could just imagine this screen and you could see the characters, but that's it, everything else was just dark, that's what you would see. So there's not a whole lot to imagine but a blackened screen. Anyways, I'm not gonna beat these guys up, and I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. But I just wanted to show you this game. It's pretty interesting. It was an interesting find. I've only seen it in one place, and that's why I had to pick it up. It seemed like nobody else wanted to pick it up because it stayed there for several weeks. And so I don't know if it's what anybody would consider a cult classic, like your Ogre Battles or Quest 64 or anything like that. But it has certainly been an interesting game and a truest down to its heart RPG. And if you ever find it somewhere, you can get it and play it on your PC. And apparently there's a patch that fixed a lot of the like bugginess about it. There's patches that most people are playing this through. I'm actually playing this on a 64 in its full 19 or 2001 buggy glory. So wish me luck on that, and I'll see you guys on the next video game review, whatever you would call this. Anyway, bye.